Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? People still wilding out. It's kind of crazy. Hope everybody's feeling well. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. I forgot to do some things. Hold on, give me 1 second. And man, I don't know if it's just like people are caping for. I don't know. What is it? What is it? God damn it. So many people be just saying the most nonsensical things. It's wild when you think about it. What a dude, Davy Dix. Good day, sir. How you feeling today? Hey, Miss Jalen. Good day to you. Damn, I look like I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. The whole weekend was wild. It was crazy. People showing their ass like usual is wild. I don't know what's wrong with them. Something is. It is something wrong with a lot of the internet, man, I want to say. But it seems like it's starting to spill out into the real world at the same time. That's the crazy part about it. Thank you, Miss Jalen. Appreciate you, beautiful. Man, it's just, as we see every single day, how many men get some kind of backing to be degenerates. But regardless, this is the Wildest Vegas Show, and I'm your host, Sharon Bracey, and every single day we rebel against remedial rhetoric, and today will be no different. And like how we like to do, we like to open it up. We like to have conversations with people, let you get ahead and get your thoughts out, bring out your thoughts to the forefront. However, we are not going to just allow you regurgitate information. Baby, be easy out here, goddammit. Shit. Be easy out here, because now it's being said that Diddy was the one teaching Cassie how to get at, fellatio outside. That's crazy. I don't know if you really want to go to the free calls, bro. Diddy was the one who taught Cassie how to give head properly. He showed her literally how to do it. Lord, what the world needs now. I don't understand how the world is just how we are just surrounded by so many negative men out here. It is crazy, Kim West. It is wild. It is so many rim bros out here. Like when we first started saying that, it seemed like it was just a joke. Yeah, Diddy was showing it. He was like, "Hey, Cassie, you're doing it wrong. Move over, ho. Let me show you how you do that damn thing." So let me show you how you put two hands on that damn thing and you. He said, "Let me show you how this thing done, girl." Yo, hey, that's what's being said. Anya, I'm big. I'm just saying, this is what's going on out here. He said, Miss Jayla, he said, "Move over. Let me show you how you look the rapper like a lollipop." Yo. That is I don't know. Davey saying it's a fabricated lie. All right, well, that's what was said in court. So she lied in court. If she lied, hey, she gonna get prosecuted, right? But she lied in court. So hey. Oh man, Ken West, it's crazy. He about to pull a Nino Brown. This thing is bigger than P. Diddy. Yo, every single day, I've been trying to tell them. Every single day, these men, these degenerate men, they heroes been falling one by one. I tried to told them, they just don't want to listen. I don't know why they want to be so stuck in the idea of leading with lust and power is going to lead to your downfall. Did y'all hear the new thing with Tory Lanez? Oh. No effing way, Davy Dix. You are telling a lie. Let me look that up right now. No way. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You need more people. What? What do you mean? Davy, what are you talking about? Hold on. Let me look it up. What information? Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? Send it to me right now. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean he was with a T-man? That's crazy. I thought he was in the news. I thought he was in the news because of like his music and stuff. I did see he was in the news, but I didn't read it. Nah. Stop playing with me. Nah, he in the news for releasing new music. What are you talking about? Nah, he in the news for he did a new song with Gucci Man. What you talking about? You have to send that to me. I don't see nothing about that. I don't see nothing about that. All right. But all I'm saying that hey, it ain't I won't be surprised. A lot of them, Shicey Bum, a lot of them is rim bros for real, for real. It ain't just a red pill instead of man's for these no good sucker. It is the meaning that they try to make it. When we first started saying, because I didn't know what a rim job was, but now, Shicey Bum, we starting to understand why they got so offended about the rim bros. Now we understand why. Now we understand why they took it as some kind of sexual situation. Well, for me, it was just an acronym, but however, in their real life, they got their two legs up. Touchdown. Oh, it is who? Good day. Good to see that you okay. Because I heard y'all had a tornado out there where you at, man. Everything's all right. Hopefully everything is good with you. Oh, man. Oh, that is crazy. And all I'm saying, who's RG3? RG3 is he used to be a football star. He is now a sports commentator. And he out there talking hella crap about my girl, Angel Reese. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with the likes as well? What's wrong with him? Hold on, let me see. I gotta bring it up. Let me bring up the nonsense that this man was saying. Cause that was crazy. Let me see if I can find what that man was saying. He was out here wilding. He trying to put Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark against each other like it's some goddamn problem. And I do not understand for the life of me why it's always an issue in one direction. All right. Hold on. Let me find it. And he said, what? Free who? Damn, tornadoes hit the hood. That's crazy. You ain't in Kansas anymore. That's wild. Hey, Shiesty. Hey, Shiesty. What is being said now is that Tory Lanez is the real protector of women, because the reason why he's in jail right now, we're gonna get into that as well. The reason why he's in jail right now, Shiesty, is because he was protecting both of them. That's what they trying to say now, Shiesty. They trying to say Tory Lanez was protecting both of the ladies. He was protecting Megan from getting shot, and also he was protecting Kelsey from going to jail and not being able to be a mother for her children. That's what they trying to say now. That's what they try to say. Tory Lanez was actually protecting two women on the night in question. But here you go. But Auntie, he's not in jail for shooting somebody. I think that's the part that people are getting confused. Meg don't know who pulled the trigger, possibly because she was drunk herself. She was in the midst of a fight. However, the gun did go off. Yes or no, Auntie? Auntie, did the gun go off? Did shots fire out the gun? Auntie, that's all I want to know from Auntie. Because this whole idea that he's in jail for shooting somebody when nobody got a bullet hole in them is wild to me. Chuck, I don't know. They trying to say it's actual evidence. They trying to say it's actual evidence. They saying that they got text messages is the actual evidence. I don't know. But it's coming out that is new so-called evidence that Tory Lanez was actually protecting both the ladies. I don't know. That sounds kind of wild to me. So I don't know. So first we got this goddamn RG3 dude, right? So RG3, he's out here acting like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark can't have a rivalry because they're women. Yeah, that's the first thing. Since, like, I just don't understand. Since when did sports stop being competitive? Like, you mean to tell me that two elite athletes can't go at it without somebody turning it into a soap opera? And the best part is that his wife was in the background the whole time when he talking ish, nodding like she's a hype man at a goddamn rap battle. That was the most craziest part about it to me. Let me go find the goddamn video of him talking crazy about my girl. Okay, what Auntie's saying? What up, DB? That's only one of three charges. There's assault with a firearm. Do you understand? Assault with a firearm, all that means is that the gun was pointed in somebody's direction. It doesn't mean you actually hit somebody with the gun or anything like that. That means the gun was pointed in somebody's direction. He definitely had possession of the firearm. It was his. I'm pretty sure it was not Kelsey's gun or Megan's gun, like most likely. And then the discharge, did bullets come out the gun? If it is his gun, then he's negligent of the firearm being discharged. So at least two of them, he is absolutely guilty. At least, JG, what to do? What Mexican man, Robin? What you talking about? What Mexican man? What you talking about, the Mexican man? Let me go find this video with RG3. Talking about some damn Mexican man. Let me see before we get into it. Oh man! Also, did y'all see? Did y'all see? Oh man, I got a question. Did y'all see that goddamn hey Robert M, did you see that the Nottoway plantation got burnt down? Oh man, I forgot all about that. It just clicked in my mind just now. Who's a manly woman, Shicey? But did y'all see the Nottoway plantation burn down? Yo, all the black folks that's in that state, they was out there being petty as hell. They was out there popping bottles while the house was burning down. They was pouring out a little liquor for the dead homies. They was wildin'. They was being childish for sure, but I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was kind of funny. Regardless. What manly man you talking about, Robert M? Yeah, you talking about? Let's see what the hell RG3 got to say. Talking about that beautiful black woman like that. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? They said who burnt it down? Yo, Davey, that's funny as hell. Cause up, MJ, good day. Did you hear the Nottoway plantation burnt down, MJ? Yo, we pouring out a little liquor for the Nottoway plantation burnt it out, MJ. I appreciate that, Smitty. Oh. It was not. That is not true, Auntie. Don't worry. We're going to open it up and we're going to talk about it. But first, I want to get to this. MJ. Yo, MJ, when I tell you I was dying laughing, like I know we probably shouldn't be laughing at something like this. I know, but man, it did bring a little joy to my heart. I ain't going to lie, MJ. It brought a little joy to my heart. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's see what the hell RG3 talking about before we got a couple of things we got to talk about. Let's start with
action last year.
What happened?
When Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, we remember.
She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul.
Okay.
What did Angel Reese do?
What'd she do?
Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Okay.
You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark?
Look at her.
You remember that?
In the background.
On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her. You get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence.
So my whole issue is that I don't understand what is the problem with two goddamn basketball players not liking each other on the basketball court. We see Cynthia Cooper. She just came out saying how she didn't like, I forgot her damn name, but she's a coach. She said she was talking hella shit on the goddamn court. She was nasty as hell. This is what sports is about. Why are we acting like as if this is something new? Why are we acting like two competitive players cannot like each other? Why they keep trying to make it seem like because they are women that they supposed to be all just clapping five and slapping ass? This is crazy to me. It doesn't matter who's better or not. Why we keep trying to make it seem like because Angel Reese is black and she is white that they have a problem? No. Why y'all keep trying to make this goddamn girl a villain? She is not a villain just because she plays hard. This is absolutely insane. And this is a part, and the reason why we're having a conversation about it, Shiesty, because I know how much you love sports. Because I know how much Shiesty Bum loves sports. They act as if this is something that is not. Like, this is why the black fatigue is for real, what the true definition is. Not what this BS definition that people are trying to make it seem like that people are just tired of black folks. Nah, I'm talking about the true definition. You absolutely love it. So I just really don't understand it. To understand, and his wife in the goddamn background, not like she's the hype man in a goddamn rap battle, is crazy. She's co-signing so goddamn hard. I'm starting to question, the life choices. Like, bitch, blink twice if you need help. What's wrong with you? But then again, maybe, there's a reason why she's like, she want her husband to cake for Caitlyn. See, what happens when folks try to overcomplicate something simple, like Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark are ballers and they are competitors. They're supposed to go at each other, but no, RG3, he got to make it about race, gender, and whatever else he could throw in the mix. It don't got shit to do with that. It's just two ballers playing. And it gets tiring. This is what we talking about.
Remember last year when they were talking about, so where was this type of about who gets the credit for the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball? Not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament and WNBA viewership. A lot of people were attributing that to Caitlyn Clark, and rightfully so.
Okay.
This is what Angel Reese had to say, and I quote, "People are talking about women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that."
I don't understand what did she say that was wrong? It's the truth. A lot of people want to watch them two play. They want to see those two go at it. They want to see the rivalry. And the NBA, the WNBA got to do a better job at creating these rivalries. The Chicago Gorilla hit it up. Magic versus Bird. That's what that is. So for Angel Reese to act like you acting like Angel Reese saying that is not true, like it's not a true statement, is crazy to me. Everybody want to see those two go at it. Yes. Even from college, when she put that, give me that ring. Who you talking about can't see? What? And then Bubba gonna come up with some nonsense. I thought back then they was more violent. We seen how they was swinging on people, goddamn it. Let's go, wrong class. This is the only time he was ever right. This is the first time ever the wrong class was right. Shout out to the right class today. Yes, they was absolutely swinging on each other back then, Bubba. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, Bubba? They was absolutely punching each other in the goddamn face. Let's go, Shiesty. I knew Shiesty love. I'm so excited to see Shiesty Bum just in love with women's sports. God damn it. She is a tall heifer. So I think RG3 is completely off. I think his wife in the background nodding her head is wild, ridiculous. That is insanely, that is an insult. And that is partially why that goddamn plantation is burning down right now. That is why that plantation is burning down right now. There we go, Keith. The Pistons were known for playing rough, bopping people over the side of the head. It's plenty of people today that don't like other players. Did y'all see? Yo, Chicago Gorilla, did you see when Kevin Garnett was getting his ass whooped by Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki was doing some moves on him, and and Dirk Nowitzki did some move, and he fouled him hard. He threw dirt on the floor. And so to pump himself up, you know what KG said about why he fouled him so hard? He said he called me the N-word. So it be going down this one. KG said Dirk Nowitzki called him the N-word, and that's why he fouled him so hard. Chicago Gorilla. And then your man Paul Pierce said, hey, KG, he didn't say that. He didn't say nothing like that. He didn't say even something close to that. He didn't call you the N-word, bro. And then you know what KG said, Chicago Gorilla? He said it in German. He said Dirk said it in German. I was on the floor. What up, PWI Willie? I was on the floor, Chicago. He said it in German. You don't know what you're talking about. So it be going down the court. Hey, whatever edge you need to do to hype yourself up to go against the best players, it is what it is. And I'm sorry, RG3, you are completely off on this one. I'm riding with my girl, Angel Reese. And so, Bubba, that's a problem. That is a problem, Bubba. If people are still doing things like that, that is an issue. That is absolutely an issue. Let's get back into it. But man, KG had me in tears.
I or others have made Angel Reese the villain.
Yes, you did.
Did you not just hear herself call herself the bad guy?
No, we did not.
She called herself.
So in context, she did not call herself the bad guy. She said, if that's the role y'all trying to give me, then all right, I'm going to play it. But she didn't say she was the villain. She said, I'm going to play it because this is what y'all are painting me out to be. It is you. With your dumbass wife in the background nodding her head. Crazy. That is insane, RG3. This is why we have a problem. This is the reason why we have black fatigue, because of dumbass men like him.
The villain. I'm not making her the villain. She's making herself the villain. I or others have made Angel Reese.
All right. So that was the end of that nonsense. That was just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? What you talking about, Thomas? What you talking about? So you know what I mean? That's just crazy. Damn, Shiesty. I don't know if it's a black male thing, Shiesty, but it is a lot of I definitely got RG3 fatigue. It's a lot of these men out here. Yeah, Angel Reese is a dog on that court. I agree 100%. She played hard. Hey, I like it. I enjoy it. I don't see nothing wrong with them two being rivals, going at it for whatever the reason is. I don't see nothing wrong with it. She don't like her. They don't like each other. Or one-sided. It don't matter. This is sports. It is what it is. Let it be the way how it's supposed to be, and use it the way how it's supposed to be. Let them be rivals, and y'all can eat off of them being rivals. As simple as that. It don't need to turn into something that it is not. Because I really don't understand it. Like, meanwhile, if it was two dudes, nobody would bat an eye. You think Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had to sit down and explain their rivalry? I mean, on the other hand, we see that they don't really actually hate each other, right? They just play basketball really hard, but they just balled out and let the game speak for itself. We understand that. However, they don't like each other. It is okay. I don't understand why in 2025 that we got to have this black fatigue still to explain that. And also we got to explain that women can be competitive without being in some deep-rooted social issue. They problems is because of goddamn basketball. And them going at each other for goddamn rings. That is it. What up, Next Level? Good day to you, sir. Yeah, Ken West. So you know what I'm saying? Like, let them play. That's it. Stop trying to make it to one player is the bad guy. Like they trying so hard to make injuries like a Draymond Green type of character when she is not. She is not that. What up, ADS? Good day, sir. And so let injuries be able to fully express herself. She can go ahead and be in goddamn Heineken commercials. She could be a goddamn showing off goddamn bras and panties and all this goddamn shit. She could do it all. She could absolutely she could play her 20 games in the WNBA and she could be a model. I don't understand why it is okay for Ant-Man to do goddamn Adidas commercials. Well, who else we got? Jimmy Butler. He doing Heineken commercials and this commercial and that commercial, and nobody's saying nothing every time he loses a goddamn playoff game. All the commercials and antics Jimmy Butler does and loses, he lost what? 7 other, he won what? I think 6 out of the 7 people that took Jimmy Butler out became NBA champions, and nobody's batting an eyelash about that. Nobody's talking about maybe you shouldn't do so many goddamn Heineken and Hennessy commercials. I don't see nobody saying that, hey, Jimmy Butler, you shouldn't do so many goddamn Heineken and Hennessy and whatever commercials that you're doing and State Farms and all these other commercials that he's doing. Because if you wasn't doing so many commercials, Jimmy Butler, you could win a championship. That's crazy to me. But Angel Reese, she can't do anything but basketball. She can't go ahead and make no money anywhere else. You can only play basketball. You're the reason why you suck. No, shut up. That's what you're supposed to be using the WNBA. What's the point of being a superstar in that damn league if you can't use your superstardom to make some more money? Let's go, CB. Chicago Gorilla. All I'm saying, nobody's saying that about no damn Jimmy Butler. Nobody's saying that Jimmy Butler is focusing way too much on all these other contracts, and that's the reason why he's losing. Hey, Chicago Real, nobody's talking about Jalen Brunson having a goddamn podcast that he do every goddamn day after every goddamn game and telling him to shut up and focus on Joe. Nobody's saying Draymond Green, maybe you should not be doing a podcast while you're doing in the season. Nobody's saying that to those two brothers. Shit. Guess what? Caitlin Clark is not doing all that shit, and she ain't win no damn championship neither. Nobody's talking shit to her. She ain't win no goddamn championship. She didn't even make it to the damn championship. Hey, who won? Matter of fact, Chicago, who won the WNBA championship? Chicago Rilla. Who won? Because you said you are a Chicago Sky fan. So, yeah. Yeah. It was already ridiculous when they won the other night. Absolutely insane. Chicago Rilla. Who won the WNBA championship last year? I just want to know because I don't know who did it. Chicago Rilla. I just want to know. Let me know who did it. Who won that damn championship?
Corey DM.
All right. So we got that. Yeah. No, it wasn't no goddamn Vegas. You know, damn well it wasn't no damn Vegas. You know damn well it was no damn Phoenix. You know who won the WNBA champion? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? Damn sure wasn't no Atlanta team. You know who won that WNBA championship? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the ladies. They had the Basquiat outfits on. They had, their outfits was lit too. The jackets that they got, yeah, Jesse. I did hear about Joe Biden. That's a sad thing to hear. That his health been declining since he got into politics, losing his goddamn wife. I think he lost a goddamn daughter. He had a goddamn brain aneurysm, I believe, in like 1988, and now the old man got prostate cancer. He about to be on Medicaid. Goddamn. I wonder if Donald Trump gonna take him off of Medicaid. Yeah. Yeah, I really do. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the WNBA for that. So now let's get back into this Tory Lanez situation. So now they saying that they got some new evidence. At least according to this man. So y'all know who this man is. According to this man, they got some new evidence. Let's see what he got to say about Tory Lanez.
Me some time ago. I never like to put receipts out, but let me go ahead and just pull it
Man,
out.
free him.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what Tory said to me. Hold on.
Not pulling out the
Tory Lanez. Let me go back to the.
So now my question is this: do we actually believe that this is a receipt? Yeah, Chicago Gorilla. Tell me about it. That's what actually happened to my father right now. That's what he's going through right now. Is spread it to his bones. But do anybody want to actually believe that this man texting Tory Lanez that Tory Lanez is going to absolutely tell him the 100% truth? Shicey Bone, what you think? Can we say that because you was texting Tory Lanez in support of him, that all of a sudden that he told you the absolute 100% truth about what happened? Appreciate that, Rilla. I'm not sure we could believe him. I don't know. Let's see what he say.
Pre-stabbing dates. Hold on.
Oh God.
Tory Lanez. Okay.
Uh-huh.
In a text message between Tory and I, I said, yo. He said, what's good? I said, how you surviving that bullshit? Wish we could have sat down before you left. Because you know me and him hung out with Madonna when they were messing around. Don't believe me? Take a look at this photo.
Yo, Shicey, this is wild. This is wild to me. Oh, I got to check that one out, Rilla. I got to check that one out because this sounds crazy. This sounds like you just trying to put yourself in the mix to me. Because what do you mention Madonna and trying to show proof that you and Tory and Madonna was hanging out? It doesn't show that you are trying to have some kind of journalistic integrity. It sounds like you more riding for your mans. You know, that's what it sounds like to me. Robin. So DB, I gotta be careful with you. You saying Jason's messy? You said I was. I'll put DB watching you. Kid was. That's the evidence that he said he running with.
I said, do you have a number? He said, what's yours? Let me move on to the text messages now.
What does that mean?
We started to text message each other. I said, how are you? How you been? He said, incredible, in very high spirits and preparing to physically come home this year. I said, when? I need to come in there and get an interview. LOL.
Okay.
He said, I can't say exact days, but I know I'll be.
Hey, was that a cheap shot? Was that what he said? I need to do what? What you need to do? You need to go where? You need to come in there and do what? He said, I need to come in there and do what? Yo, real, this is wild. What's that? Hey, what does that mean? Hey, yo, that sounded crazy. He said, I need to come in and do what?
Be home this year. I said, how long you been gone? I'm so confused by your case. He said, actually, I have a crazy plan when I get back that I think you should know and be a part of, because I'm only going to do one interview. And he said he's been gone 2.5 years. I said, I want to be a part of that plan. He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like, through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on the gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched the gun. So I asked my lawyer to retest it. And sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said.
Where he get the extra 2% from? Where did he get the extra 2% from? I never heard of that percentage before. I ain't never heard of that percentage before. 102%? All right. You sound like Cap.
Said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Doing time for something you ain't do.
Okay, answer that.
He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of Black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 Black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? When I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it.
Who believes that? What's up, Dimples? Who believes this? So, I want to know how many people actually believe this Tory Lanez text message story saying that he was the actual protector of these Black women. He protected Megan Thee Stallion from getting shot, and also he protected Kelsey's child from getting the mother ripped away from the goddamn parent. What is going on here? Oh, Thomas said, nigga, please. Got some bullets with your teeth? Please. Oh, that's crazy. I think so too. The only person I believe in is Jason Lee, the cyber. Hey, this one is a good one. I'm starting to believe it too. God damn it. This shit is not, it's not looking, I don't know. It look like it's all propaganda to me. I don't know what's going on. Thomas, I don't know what's going on. It seems a little fishy to me. Like all of a sudden, now we got all these goddamn text messages that you can't, you know what I'm saying? Now we got all these goddamn, like MJ was saying, we got security guards coming out and saying things. Good day to your name. Nay, that is a good question. So, it's kind of crazy. Let's talk about the tournament because apparently this man has been sitting on these text messages that flipped the whole case upside down. Jason Lee and Hollywood are out here dropping receipts like it's Black Friday. So Tory says he was protecting both women in this case now. I repeat, Tory Lanez says he was protecting both women in the case now. And I don't know about you, but when someone says I was protecting both of them, my first thought is from what? Yourself? This man's really out here like, I took the fall for Kelsey. I didn't want Meg to get hurt. Bruh, you sound like the dude in every action movie says, I did what I had to do. Right before the credits start to roll. And now his legal team is like, what, they saying Kelsey fired the gun? Also, we got a plot twist now. This case got more twist than a goddamn Jordan Peele movie. But here's the real kicker, right? Is that Tory Lanez is sitting in prison, stabbed, recovering, and still trying to prove he didn't there. Meanwhile, we out here debating whether Meg Thee Stallion was even shot. And it don't have nothing to do with that. And at this point, this Tory Lanez case is less about justice and more about who can spin the best narrative. And Jason Lee, he's loving every second of it. He wakes up every morning like, what bombshell can I drop today? We know it. Because this is crazy. Hey, Chicago. You see the black folks out here celebrating that the Nottoway Plantation is burning down? Look, people was rolling up on the side of the road. People was rolling up on the side of the road, Chicago Rail, pouring out a little liquor for their dead homies as the Nottoway Plantation was burning down to the ground. Yo, Rella, this is crazy. People literally said, oh, what is the Nottoway Plantation burning down? Drove their ass up to the scene and started pouring out goddamn liquor. Yo, Rella, I was dying. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. Ah, man, that is so crazy to me. Look at it. Look at that Jones. Woo! Damn! Damn! Hey, Chicago Gorilla, what you gonna do? Use a firefighter. All of a sudden, the hose is gonna get into a knot. I can't get the knot out, Chief. Yeah, yep. I seen it. That was crazy. That's wild. Look. I think she got both. She got both her phones. Yo, Chicago. I have no idea if it was arson or what. I don't know how it caught on fire. I just thought it was hilarious how all of You know, the folks that was close by, they came out and drove out and took pictures and poured out some liquor. Oh, man, that was hilarious. Oh, not let it burn. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, damn, poured out a little liquor, huh? Oh man, because they was trying to act as if you know, like it was all good. You know what I mean? Like, nah, look at that, Jones. The whole joint is on fire. Whew, they say our ancestors from the plantation are finally free. They burnt down Sugarland. Wow. Mm. 53,000 square foot estate has been operating as a resort and wedding venue in recent decades. Mm. Yeah, this is Candyland. Literally, this is watching Candyland burn. Literally, this is Candyland because that's where the historic reference come from. Is from this. So and I don't know if it was who did it or how it started or any of those things. But when you really think about, imagine if it was a Holocaust building, would people be celebrating, talking about, hey, look, we are celebrating our wedding in the gas chamber? If this was some kind of building that represented that. That is crazy to me. Bubba, that is wild that you would say that to. Yeah, that's wild. I don't know. Freedom ring, goddammit. It still doesn't mean we can't be joyous and happy and laughing at the goddamn shit. I dropped the link for anybody that want to. We can have a conversation about whatever you like. That might be true. Hey, if they get the insurance and they rebuild it, at least it won't be the same. It will be a different building. It won't be the same building where hundreds or maybe even thousands people had to be slaves in that building anymore. So if it's a brand new building, fine. That is what it is. But it ain't that old one no more. And yeah, they still have many plantations up. Even they keep telling us to forget about it. They still trying to use these goddamn plantations as weddings. Not no museum to say, hey, remember where we came from. Remember how far we came down the road. Nah. Damn, Robin. You feel me, Shicey? I agree. God damn, Robin. Who's a drug addict now? Lord. Y'all ain't shit. Oh, man. So, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And Bubba, this is what we be saying. This is why so many people actually have black fatigue. We getting tired of explaining what's the importance of this. Why y'all keep trying to hold these plantations to act like it was something good and try to flip anything that ever happened to a black person into something that is not. That's insane. Just say, hey, you know what? Shout out to whatever. Not try to point out, oh, they're gonna rebuild and they're gonna get a shot. Who gives a fuck about their insurance policy? Absolutely. Cheers. That's the issue that we keep having. They saying that JP be sniffing that white girl. Chicago Rilla. Oh man. And it's just wild to see like all these things, man. We got RG3 twerking for the white woman. We got Jason Lee twerking for a goddamn black degenerate male. And then now we got Bubba twerking as well. That's what Robin and they said Robin them out here slandering people, Chicago Real. So I don't know. But we can't, yeah, Chicago Gorilla. That man is dorking for, like, there's a lot of men out there dorking for Diddy right now. There's a lot of men out there just dorking for each other. It is insane to see, to be honest with you. God damn, Chicago Gorilla. I be coming up with some. What's up, Zero? Yo, Rilla. Oh man, crazy. Lord, boy. Welcome to the show, my God, Silent. Good day, Silent.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing well today, and yourself?
All right.
Why you think these men are out here dorking for Diddy and dorking for goddamn Tory Lanez?
Lover's a man. Yeah.
God damn. Don't bother me. I'm dorking.
Because just say he didn't fire the gun. He the whole reason of the whole situation.
Don't bother me. I'm dorking. Welcome to the show. Oh. Good day, Supreme Goddess PhD Diva.
Good day, sir. Hey, Silent.
Why these men out, Diva? Why these men out here twerking?
Wait, who twerking?
That's what I'm gonna start telling these men out here. They gotta stop being out here twerking. They twerking for Diddy, and now we got Jason Lee twerking for Tory Lanez.
Wait, so how long is he saying he had those text messages?
Right. That's the
Is this a recent conversation?
Like, the way how he was reading the conversation, right? It sounded like it was while he was going to jail. Like he was in jail, so
okay.
So he had these text messages for a little while. Why you decide to drop them now?
Right. Like what happened that now all of a sudden? They trying. At least they trying to come together and get a black man out of prison.
God damn.
They trying.
I think it's kind of wild that they trying to use like all these hearsay situations. You got the bodyguard saying I overheard her say she pulled the trigger, and now because Tory Lanez is saying that he was protecting both black women, he's a protector of black women now. PhD, but what's your thoughts on Tory Lanez being the spokesman of protecting black women?
Oh my God. If that's what it looked like, then leave me out of it. If that's what it looked like, that's crazy that he was even, attempt to spin it in that way. And my thing is, if it's the case that you just couldn't bring yourself to separate a child from their mother, then why you telling us now? Just go lay down, do your little time, and then come back out and then put it in your tell-all book.
Yeah, you probably make more money that way.
Right. Like, just hold on to it until, you come out if you really trying to protect somebody. But we all know that that's not what was ever happening. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that he would even say that.
That he's the protector of two black women. I was just like, this is crazy. Do we look at it in any way that it is a Latino man on the side of a degenerate, a Latino alternative style man on the side of Tory Lanez? Should we look at that?
Jason Lee?
Yeah.
Okay, now when Jason
I thought he
Lee
just
was
mixed.
on Love and Hip Hop, yeah, he was saying something. If I remember correctly, he was saying he was mixed, not Latino.
Oh, I just figured the way how he moved and talked. I really don't know. He just moved like, you know. He just reminds me of Fighter Complex when he talked.
What's it called? Guava Dolce?
Yeah, that's the name, the Guava Dolce.
That's what it is.
So I could have it wrong. My bad. I just, you know, when I see Jason Lee, I see Fighter Complex. So that's my fault.
That's crazy.
So I stand corrected. My fault.
But you know, Jason Lee is messy, and you know that type of thing is what boosts his business, right? He's in the gossip business, and so you know he out here trying to make a living.
So why not just dive into the goddamn nonsense?
Right, and show us your text messages, child, that you just been sitting on.
Right, and then he tried to flex his text message like, yeah, I was hanging out with Madonna. Boy, nobody worried about you and no goddamn Madonna with her degenerate ass. We all know Madonna's a degenerate.
Right, and Madonna like 100 now. Like, okay, Madonna hang out with anybody. I could probably hang out with Madonna.
No, you can't. You too old because clearly her boyfriend only 20.
Oh, she with a 20-year-old now? Oh, you know what? I was thinking she was with that guy that Amber Rose used to be with, but that Cher that took Amber Rose baby daddy. Okay. Hey, the old bitch is winning, huh?
Damn. Hey, and we just starting to see like, hey, the degenerate, Yo, Catwood, he started a whole thing, PhD. Like all the degenerate people, they just going down left and right. I wonder if it's going to start to be a thing where people's going to start actually appreciating the people that is doing the right things nowadays.
Now, would y'all take time for anybody? Because I wouldn't.
No.
It depends.
No, I ain't got nobody out I'm taking time for.
Don't worry, Diva, I got you. I stand 10 toes down for my baby.
Because I noticed you take the time for the person, then they still end up in jail with you because they gonna still keep on doing the same crap.
You know what?
Well, it depends. I think it really depends on what it is. We got PWI Willie in the background, and so PWI Willie, since you've been the main one causing chaos, we need a $20 donation from PWI Willie so he could come up here so he could act all wild and crazy. I haven't got a dollar from PWI Willie yet. So PWI Willie, for causing all this goddamn trouble in my life, I'm gonna need a goddamn cash. Somebody drop the cash app for PWI Willie so he could be allowed up here so he could spew his craziness.
Because I don't see how you make $100,000, but you can't send $5.
Goddamn,
can't even send $1.
Damn.
What, more than 100,000?
But you six figures.
They sitting on 250, right?
Oh yeah.
Between him and his wife, they on two. So you could send $100. Send $100, sir. PWI.
Then talk about the community you left.
Damn. Somebody dropped the Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, whichever one you want to do. PWI Willie is all good. We accept all forms.
And I think he like messing with that other white girl too.
Oh.
That's why his nose be running.
What white girl?
That, you know, the other white girl that Snow.
He riding the white horse.
Yeah, ride the white horse. That's the song he be playing with the top down.
Oh shit. Oh, crazy. Yo, and what's your thoughts on stupid ass? Do you think that Chris Brown team should be fired?
His team, like who is his team? His manager, the people who sent him over there knowing they was looking for him.
Yes.
They the ones that need to do that time for him.
Speaking of doing time, they need to do time for their mans and them so he could go out there and make some money, because if you like, yo, that is insane to me.
Yeah.
Diva, that's insane to me. Like, why would y'all send that man over there knowing that man got warrants like that?
And why would he go? You know, you bashed the producer over the head with a Hennessy bottle 5 times. Like, sir, cut it out. They was calling you, telling you to come back, and you said no. And then you took your ass over there thinking you was going to skate up on somebody's stage and perform. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I absolutely think somehow, some way, Chris management set his ass
They
up.
probably did.
He thought that he
probably
was like, hey,
bashing
I'll
them.
stay away for a couple of years. They gonna forget about it. Nah, they ain't forget about that.
He probably been bashing them over the head. So they was like, we got to make all this shit stop.
And we know they didn't forget about it because they denied you bond twice, right?
Damn.
They
I know they denied a bond.
Because you know they're gonna say that they gonna literally say
Flight
you're
risk. Right.
Literally.
Because you flew the coop the first time.
Yeah. That is wow. You think Donald Trump gonna do something about it?
The interesting thing though is that there were a lot of women of various races hopping up on TikTok talking about free Chris Brown because they got, tickets to his concert. And it's just like, what do these men have to do for, women to, not excuse their behavior?
I'm not sure. I don't understand people just willing to it. That's why I'm thinking that the tide is changing, Diva. I think people are going to start moving and saying, hey, this degenerate behavior is not worth me seeing you dance on goddamn stage. All the people that
when
you
are they
heard
going to start saying that?
I think so.
When?
Starting like sometime next year.
Oh, okay.
It's going to, you know what I mean? It takes a little while for it to settle in and say, hey, maybe I don't like degenerate people making all this money off of us while they shaking their ass on stage and teasing us about it. Like for the fact that, like, man, I have my man PWI Willie. You here every day. Why wouldn't you want to just show me some love and send me a little bit of a change? Like, as soon as I say, hey, show some love and support, that's when people start running. It's crazy to me, Diva. What's your thoughts on that, Diva? Like, when you start to break down, they say, hey, this is what we need. We need people to and then when you provide that thing that they say that they need, and you say, hey, so how much you just send something? Why I ain't never see you hit the share button. You said you hit the like button, but I never seen you hit the share button. And is that fake love, Diva?
Yes.
What is that?
That's fake love. But, apparently, because I watched some other content creators on YouTube and like they don't even read the super chats or announce anything. And people are just constantly super chatting, cash apping just all day and like large sums of money. Right. So somehow you tapped into broke nigga YouTube. And so you're going to have to get out that algorithm.
Yo, but that's it. You bring up a very good point because look, if somebody send me a cash app or super chat, they like, damn. I mean, it'd be it'd be 2 seconds. As soon as it pop up, damn, you can't read my super chat. I've been waiting for like 2 whole seconds for you to read it. I guess my money ain't respected over here. I'm like, damn.
And it'd be a 99-cent super chat.
What's up, Leslie? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, I don't understand. It'd be a motherfucker that he literally getting $200-$300 super chats. He don't even say anything about it.
Right. They just
he don't even acknowledge the $100. He just keep on talking. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, let me get a 99-cent super chat. They're like, damn, I guess my money ain't valuable over here. You ain't gonna read my little 99-cent super chat. I'm like, damn. They be on my ass, Diva. Shit.
You gotta get out of broke nigga YouTube.
That's what it is. Well, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just, people also believe that it'd be weird to me. I don't know. But I'm thinking what's happening too is that a lot of the fake machismo and the fake support stuff, I think that's starting to die down slowly. Like we starting to see all the people that cannot really maintain conversations or shows and all that nature, they start to die out very quickly. You know what I'm saying? And they cannot maintain conversations. And so now they don't know what to do. They just attacking any and everybody. Like JP yesterday started attacking No Cap Freezy. I'm gonna report this channel because they saying I'm sniffing coke. Boy, if you don't get out of here.
What?
Because Robin up said, yeah, I seen needles on your dresser. You sniffing that white girl. He said, Freezy, I'm reporting your channel. I was like, God
Not
damn
for
it.
real. But hey, look, that's what they get for even letting them up there at this point.
That's true, Thomas. They do. Oh man, so like it'd be crazy. Like I think so many people been adjusted to just fuckboy shit, Diva. Like for so long, the internet been just like so many dishonest men on the internet. Now that it's like real human beings that's on the internet now, that's outside and on the inside as well. Because now I'm much older. I don't really care to be outside like that no more, Diva. Mm-hmm. I did all my outsiding. Like I look outside, I'm like 9 o'clock at night. What the fuck I'm gonna do outside?
Yeah.
Some of the worst cops, that's when they clock in my opinion. Because you need some of the toughest degenerate cops out there at nighttime. Because the freaks come out at night.
Hut.
And even also that's where all the drug addicts, they start to wake up. They gonna get their fix, going to the next local bar, getting their fix, getting their sniff on. So you got them outside as well. So you got the toughest and most degenerate cops, they clocking in at 9 p.m. And then also we got all the drug addicts, they waking up at 9 p.m. starting their day. And then we got the decent people that just getting so drunk that, the spirits is going to take over them. They going to start wilding outside as well too. Might make an accident. Like when you get older, it's like, it is so many things outside that is not good for your health after 9 p.m. It's like, stay my black ass at home. Like when I really think about like maybe I don't know, maybe it's the yoga. Yoga been kicking my ass lately, Diva.
Really?
Yeah, it been kicking my ass. Shit, I did a yoga workout, Diva. I burned 700 calories.
Really?
I was like, what the? My heart rate was at 153. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I was like, fuck this shit, man. I don't want to do no splits no more.
Oh, your ass trying to learn how to do the split.
Oh, but welcome into the show, AR. AR been on some like lately. You've been sounding pretty good, AR.
I appreciate it. I feel like I'm always sounding good, but I'll take what I can get.
All right. Lately, you've been dealing in your black side lately, so you know what I mean?
Is that what it is?
I think so. You've been driving in on that side a little bit stronger. What's up with you? What's your thoughts?
What's up, man? I don't know what the thing with RG3 was. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna hop on today. I was trying to give people a break from hearing my voice and shit. But so I was just gonna say in the chat until motherfuckers want to time me out. So now y'all can pay money to get me off. Since y'all want to be petty and time me out for no reason, okay, now y'all can spend $20 to get me off. I don't know what was being said with RG3 versus Angel Reese. But what's the Tory Lanez protects both women part?
So this dude Jason Lee, he said he got text messages saying that Tory Lanez admittedly saying I was attempting to protect Meg Thee Stallion from getting shot And also, I was protecting Kelsey from her going to jail and not being around her goddamn kid. And so, therefore, he is protecting all women's. God damn.
So that's why he didn't take the stand?
Huh?
That's why he didn't take the stand?
Well, Jason Lee didn't talk about that, but what he was just talking about is that his personal text message with Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez saying that he is a protector of 2 black women in this situation, and that's why he is going to be home very shortly because he has proof because his hands is not on the gun. So what is your thoughts on with this new information of these text messages that he's protected 2 black women? Should Tory Lanez be the new poster boy for protecting black women? AR.
Where are the texts?
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Goddamn!
Damn.
He said, hey, he said the 50 for you. The 40 is to drop your black ass or his white ass. It said both. So you got 20 for your black side and you got 20 for your white side. God damn. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you know when we get a super chat over a certain dollar amount.
Not for real.
Thank you so much. So we know who did it now. Appreciate you. So, Diva, so what is your thoughts on that though? Should he be the poster child for it?
No, because we know that's bull. Like, again, if he really was concerned about keeping that child with his mother, then he would just keep quiet. Why now are you willing to talk about it if you're such a protector?
Why
you got touched up in jail? I'm ready to go home. But still.
Yeah, I think it's wild that he would even attempt to say, but that shows that, hey, listen, you paint a narrative a certain way, it could go far. And it could start to sway people's public opinion about what's happening as well. Because now everybody keep trying to say that Meg Thee Stallion is a liar, which I don't understand why they keep saying that she's a liar when the only thing that she lied about was having sex with the man. Because
that's what the community typically does, right? So because we're so concerned about protecting black men, that we, we'll put our common sense on the shelf in order to, or do a lot of mental acrobatics to try to make something make sense, or to try to abdicate them from their responsibility, right? So it was like back in the day when Mike Tyson and Robin Givens were being interviewed, and Robin Givens talked about how he had put hands on her, and he admitted it. But black people were talking about her and how she, made him look bad, right? So a lot of times we don't really we try to keep black men from being responsible for their own actions. That's part of the infantilization, right, that we do with black men, and that black men do with themselves. So.
That's pretty deep, because it's easy to put Mike Tyson, right? However, we see it happens also on a smaller scale too, right? This is why it's been a lot of conversations as late, like, hey, it was the woman that was protecting the degenerate uncle or the degenerate stepdaddy and all these other things. So we know that it ain't just. But I don't know if it's a black thing though. because we see men all across the board and so many examples that they always have beside every good man is a good woman, and also behind or beside every degenerate man, I think is a degenerate woman as well. So we see that Diddy has Mary J. Blige, for example, on his side. So it's always a degenerate woman. So men that are degenerates, no matter what races, they will find a group of women that is willing to deal and protect a degenerate male. Welcome to the show, Aunt T.
What's going on, man?
Good day, sir.
hmm Yeah, that's where my pushback comes from. I mean, what planet are black men some kind of protected class? Like, I've never seen that on Earth.
In the community.
I mean, because when you were mentioning things just earlier, even Sharon, you just like you mentioned stuff in individual households. No, that's what it is. People who protect their family members or whatever. We can't really control. Nobody can control what goes on in other people's households. You know?
I
That's
didn't say
fair.
But we
anything
all.
about a household, like when I made the
Well, that's
point,
what
right?
Sharon
And so
had said.
that's why. Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So
But
now,
but but
so what
but
about
that's the point PhD was making. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like what world are black men some kind of protected class? Because black men have always faced more scrutiny than any other gender or demographic on Earth over the course of
So
documented
what I
history.
said, right, and what I said is the community tries to separate black men from responsibility for their poor behavior, right? Because ultimately it's not the community that be holding black men accountable. It's the larger society that be nailing y'all to the cross, right? If it was up to us, we'll let a lot of shit go on. I watched a video yesterday where a man who had a background had been arrested for inappropriately touching children. Was working as a principal at a religious school, and it was black women over it. And he sat in there and physically assaulted a child for an hour in one room, and they had it on tape. And when the cops came there to talk to those women, he played the video for the women, and the stupid ass old woman who was over it, well, you don't think he was playing with him, right? And then the cop said, oh, well, he had a previous charge for basically I forget what they call it, but he had somebody's child and refused to hand him over. And the stupid black bitch said, oh, well, yeah, he real protective,
Mm,
right? And so there's this where we can't like attach black men's poor behavior to them as people, right? It's
mm,
always will play crazy in order to try to make some type of excuse for their behavior or some type of explanation, or in the end it was some white
mm.
cops that was doing the investigation, and so they arrested his ass
But
and took him
no,
to jail
notice
like he
what you
didn't
just
do.
said though. Like the flaw in that right there, which I get it. I'm not going to excuse any type of behavior like that. So old boy would
Mhm.
get all of the scrutiny in the world from me. But just like you said the stupid bitch that was defending
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
So what about her behavior right there? Because that seems to be the issue. We don't have any problem scrutinizing. Like most of us don't
That's
have a problem
literally what I'm
scrutinizing people
talking
that
about.
attack children. But your issue is, I'm just saying, you're talking about black men's behavior that's being excused. It sounds like the people that's defending these folks'
Right.
behavior is being excused. What's up? And that's not even a black man issue. That seems like a black woman issue.
Again, I said the community tries to separate black men, right? And women are a large part of the community. So yes, a lot of black women are stupid bitches and they make excuses for black male degeneracy, right? But at the same time, black males are degenerate in many instances, and there are a lot of other black males who will make excuses for their degeneracy, right? So when we see the pictures of Rihanna and how Chris Brown acted like an animal with her, there'll be a lot of both black men and black women talking about, well, what did she do? Or she must have made him behave that way. And, it's by doing something. And so, no, it's not just a black woman uh, issue. It's a black community. Again, it's a community of people because black men participate in the shit too. And a lot of times it's because y'all see yourselves in that degeneracy.
Mm. Well, look, even when people like, okay, a Chris Brown versus Rihanna thing, I don't think I didn't hear anybody just defending busting her head up against a windshield or anything like that. I wouldn't defend that, but at the same time, that's domestic stuff. So we don't know what the hell was going on between that man and his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying, ahead of time. But we
Okay.
know he
And so what?
apologized
Okay,
for it. I'm
what
just saying
could
we
be
only see the result right there.
right? And so what could have been going on that would justify that result?
I don't know. She could have busted him in his shit first, and then it was a
Mm-hmm.
reflex. I don't know. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so
But
she
all you
bust
see is
him
the
in his
result.
head,
We
his
usually
shit
see the
first,
person that
and then
retaliates.
it was a reflex, but then he kept going, and then he bit her, right? And so again, what could she have possibly done that would have warranted that type of
I don't
outcome?
know. She might
That
have been
man
Amber
has
Hearding
a
the motherfucker.
problem,
I don't
right?
know.
But
That's what I'm
again,
saying.
we'll
That's why
come
we
up with
stay out
all
of
type of
domestic shit,
speculation.
Diva.
Do you know what the concept of parsimony is?
Diva.
No,
What
no,
I'm
no.
saying
Answer my
is when
question.
all we
Do
see
you
is
know
the
what parsimony
reaction,
is?
we don't know what the
Parsimony
actions are.
means
We don't know
that
what
the
led to
most
that. We need
likely
not draw
explanation
conclusions.
is the simplest explanation. So when y'all got to start doing all these mental contortions and maybe this and making up scenarios, that's likely not the answer. The simplest answer is he's a fucking degenerate, and that's why he
Okay.
behaves that way.
All right.
Because she wasn't the only woman, right? Then he got with the next girl, and he was putting paws on her. Right? Another woman said he assaulted him. They say he fought Usher. He was bashing a producer across the head with an alcohol bottle. There's something wrong with him. And y'all will sit up here and try to make it everybody else rather than saying, hey, it's something wrong with this nigga.
Whoever said there ain't something wrong with him? I'm pretty sure there is something wrong with the motherfucker. And I also know water finds its own level, so it's likely something wrong with the bitches that keep going up and dealing with his ass too. All
But
right?
he's
So
the
I
one
just
that's
stay out of
committing the
domestic
illegal
shit because I ain't
activity.
in it. You know,
If
huh?
he's the one that's committing the illegal behavior, right, which is assaulting people. And so
Hmm?
whether it's something wrong, so for us to even sit here and talk about the women when they aren't the ones going around beating up on everybody, right? So the second woman, okay, so Rihanna done been with several other men since him. We ain't heard of her going across nobody's head, right? Karuchi Tran done been with several other high profile men since him. We ain't heard of her going across nobody's head. And so everybody gonna wait till they get to Chris to be a degenerate. No, Chris is the
No.
degenerate. And the fact that y'all will sit up here and make up woulda, coulda, shoulda scenarios about what the women may be doing, possibly is part of the problem, right? That's y'all's way of trying to lessen his responsibility for what the fuck he did. Right? So all that's why I say y'all are see yourselves in them because y'all are degenerates.
No, Diva, wrong. That's not the point that I'm trying to make. And I
Oh,
believe
I'm talking about
I'm
the
on the
point that I'm making. I'm gonna
I
flip your
understand the
point.
point that you're making, and I think you're making that as far as people as a whole. The point that I'm trying to make is I believe most of these rock star celebrities are on some serious level of degeneracy. Like they just are. But my point is this: when you're talking about domestic situations, a lot of things go on behind closed doors, and we just don't know about it. Like, for example, let's say, for example, I'm up over you. I'm talking all types of noise. I'm standing up
But
over
see,
you.
now we going
And
into
hold on. Let me
scenarios.
finish,
We
Diva.
making up
Let me finish, Diva.
scenarios. No, because this
Let me
doesn't mean
finish.
anything. No, because
Now,
you're
of
making
course,
up
it
a
don't mean nothing because I
scenario,
ain't finished
right?
talking.
We
I just
don't
let you
need to
land. Let me
know what's
land.
going on
You know,
behind closed doors.
let me
What we
land,
know
Diva.
is that Chris Brown has
Exactly.
put
We
his
don't
hands
know.
on
That's my point,
multiple
and that's the
women,
point that I'm
and we ain't
trying to
heard
make.
about those
You
women
don't
having
know what's
problems with
going on
any
behind
other
closed
man
doors,
but
Diva.
him. And so he's the problem.
Like you don't know what's going on
He is
behind
the
closed doors.
problem. But we
And
do
that's
know
my
that we
point.
haven't heard of
So
those
let
women
me
having a
finish.
problem with
Okay,
nobody but
look,
him. And everybody
if
got a
I'm
problem with
standing
him.
over you,
He's
I'm doing
always
all
got
types
a
of stuff to
problem with
you, and
someone.
then you
And so
retaliate
all
and you
this
stab me,
scenario
everybody
creation
sees the
makes
stab hole in me
absolutely
and they're
no
like, damn,
sense.
she's crazy,
It
but they
doesn't
don't know
matter.
everything that led
It
to
doesn't
me provoking
matter.
you to stab
Okay,
me.
so then the
That's
next
what it
one.
is. So
Okay,
there's a
so the
lot of
first one,
things that
Rihanna
people
provoked
don't
them,
know when it
and then
comes to
Karuchi provoked them, and then the next woman who filed the case against him provoked them,
what
and
I'm
then
saying is
Usher
folks
provoked
don't
them,
know.
and then the
So why not
producer
seek
in
more
the UK
information before
provoked
you
him.
come to
And
a
so why is he
conclusion?
so easily provoked? That means something wrong with him if he's that easily provoked that everybody provoking
Why
him.
is
And
there
now these
always
people
a
aren't
next
provoking
woman?
anyone else.
Explain that to me.
Right?
If
No, but
all of
those
this
people
stuff is
aren't provoking
documented and everybody
anyone
sees it,
else.
why is there always
That's
another woman that's
crazy.
next in line?
That's not the issue.
That's
Why
next
we
in
talking
line
about
to
him?
get her ass
But see,
kicked.
again,
Why
you're
is that?
deflecting.
Maybe that
You're
man ain't
you're
kicking all that
deflecting.
ass. That's what
Right. You're
most people will say.
deflecting
Maybe he's
though.
not kicking all the ass that you say he
No.
is because there's always another woman in line to take an ass
Uh-huh.
whooping, according
It
to y'all.
doesn't
So maybe
matter.
he's not
It
kicking
doesn't
ass like
matter.
that.
Right, but we've seen it. We've literally seen it. And so for you to sit here and make up scenarios and try to deflect from his degenerate behavior onto, well, why is it another woman that's willing to come and be with, it doesn't matter. We talking about him. Why is he a degenerate? That's the question. Because
Hey,
wherever he go, he take that degeneracy with him. Whether it's male, whether it's female, whether he in a romantic relationship with him or not. And so he is the problem, not the fact that it's another stupid woman willing to come up and take a few blows in exchange for a few dollars. That's not the issue, because if he
are you
wasn't a
saying stupid
degenerate,
women
those
are not a
women.
problem at all?
Okay, and see this again. You're trying to deflect from what we're talking about, because I didn't say stupid women aren't a problem
You
at
just
all.
said stupid women aren't the problem.
With him. And so
Okay.
saying stupid women aren't the problem with him and saying stupid women aren't a problem at all, you see how those are two very different things, right?
Well, I was needing a little clarification. I
Well,
got you.
you shouldn't have, though, because I never said anything
Well, you
about at
clarified. You
all.
good. Keep going.
No, no, no. I spoke about him. And again, all of this is a deflection tactic, and you're doing it because you see yourself in his degeneracy.
What are you talking about? I'm
Yeah,
not
you're a
stupid, rich,
degenerate
and
too.
busting chicks' heads
It
on
doesn't
Ferrari
matter. I said
windshield.
in his
You know
degeneracy.
what I'm saying? Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
you're
you
talking
was
about.
sending nude pictures of women, wasn't you? And so you're a
Who did I send it
degenerate
to?
too. Yeah,
Who got
well,
one of
you
those
showed
pictures
them
for me?
or you put them out, and so you're a
Sounds
degenerate
like,
too, and
again, you're
that's why
speaking
you
on
up
shit you
here
don't know
swinging
anything about. But
for
keep on
another
talking.
degenerate,
And you're
right?
still doing it.
Right.
You keep on talking about shit you don't know
Uh
anything
huh.
about.
Uh,
Again, you just said I sent
you
something. Who
was
did I send
doing
it to?
something with somebody
You
nude
don't know
pictures,
shit.
right?
Again, you're
And
speaking
so
on
you,
shit you
sir,
don't know
are
nothing
a
about. What you
degenerate. But
do?
I'm just pointing
That's
out
what you
you're a degenerate.
do.
I don't need to know
Yo,
the.
you
See
don't
how we
know
don't need to know
shit.
the details. We don't need to know
Yo,
every single detail to know you're a
exactly,
degenerate.
which means you don't
Right,
know.
right. I do know. I do know. You're a degenerate, and that's why you
Okay.
up here swinging for that nigga.
Okay, I'm
Cause
not swinging for anybody.
degenerate,
I'm
like
what I'm saying is
what it
you
say,
said it
game,
yourself. That was the
recognize
thing.
game,
You said it's
degenerate,
some
recognize
stupid ass
degenerate too.
chick that's
Right.
defending
Degenerate,
motherfuckers in
recognize
the degeneracy.
degenerate.
Then you're
Right.
saying it's some stupid ass chick
Degenerate,
that keeps coming
recognize
back to motherfuckers like Chris
degenerate.
Brown. So the
Right?
common denominator by
Degenerate,
your logic
recognize
seems to be a stupid
degenerate.
ass
So
chick.
of course you know. Right,
The
right.
dudes
And
keep
like just like
changing,
you were
but
saying,
it's
was that
always a
woman fault
stupid
that
ass
she
chick
sent you the
by
pictures
your
that you
logic.
exposed of her,
So
right?
how do
It is
you
her fault for sending
totally
you the pictures. Right. Okay,
absolve
nigga.
stupid ass chicks from the accountability of being stupid ass
Yeah.
chicks? How do you
Uh-huh.
do that?
Right.
How do you do that? Because you're
And
PhD,
so
you're not a stupid ass chick,
right.
right? Why can't more chicks just be like you and not be stupid ass chicks?
If they
What's
were
up?
like me, they would never look at any of you niggas.
But hey, so it sounds like the issue is the chicks
Right.
that aren't like you,
No.
right?
Y'all would
By your
still go out
logic,
and find somebody to beat up on, right? It's not the chicks. Chris Brown beat up a producer. He done beat up several men. So y'all will find somebody to act out your
hey man, that's
degeneracy
what
on.
they was fucking with his money. Whatever. Fuck it.
But
Whatever.
any
yo,
excuse, right? Oh, the
they was
women
fucking
did
with his
something
money,
to
man.
him. They provoked them. Now the men, they was
I said
fucking
I
with his
don't know what
money,
was happening. That
right?
was some
And
domestic
so, come
shit. I
on.
stay
But
out of
okay,
shit
but what
between
we
men and their
do
women.
know, right? So this is the thing. Do you know what attribution theory is?
Like if you was going through some shit with your dude, I would stay out of this shit
Attribution
with you and your
theory,
dude.
how
I don't
explains
know.
how the mental process we
Like
go through
if I
to
find
make
out one day you done stabbed
determinations
the motherfucker, I'd be like,
of
I don't know why she did it.
causes,
Maybe he was
right?
fucking with her. I
So
don't
if
know.
the cause is the external environment or someone else, then it's going to change by person, right? But if the cause is the person, whatever environment they're in, you're going to see the same outcome. And so if we apply that to Chris Brown, right? We want to make an attribution. Is the problem everybody else around him, or is the problem Chris Brown? If it was everyone else, we would see different results based on the person. If it's Chris Brown, then he's gonna act the fool with everybody. And what we've seen thus far is that he's willing to act the fool with any and everybody. And so the problem is Chris Brown. We can attribute the cause of his problem to himself, not to the external environment, not to anyone else. Chris Brown is the fucking problem.
Well, I think when you say everybody, that's a serious stretch right there, and you're talking about people as if they're just variables in an algebra problem or something. There's a lot
No,
of
I'm
different factors,
talking
and wait,
about
wait a second, though,
people as
Diva,
if they
because
are
I know what you're
variables
saying,
in
and
a
no, hey,
psychological or sociological
hey,
problem. And
like
that's exactly how I'm talking
mathematically
about them,
speaking, yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
If you keep
Because
changing
they
the
are.
environment, no, if you keep the environment
Right.
consistent
If
and
you
change the
change
people,
the
yeah,
right.
yeah, like mathematically speaking. But when you're talking about people and
It
like
still holds. It
chemistry
still holds.
between
Because
personalities,
attribution theory is
things
about
just
people.
change.
It's a
Like things change.
psychological
There's
theory. It's
timing,
about people.
there's emotions, there's feelings, there's other
Right. And
people,
if you
especially
we
when you're
talking
dealing
about
with people that
behavior though,
have a
right?
public reputation and all of that
Behavior
shit. And then with
can
these
be
people you're
separated from
talking about, there
all
be
of that.
drugs involved and shit. Like
No.
there are a lot of different variables
Hmm.
that you're not taking into account with the people
It
that you're
doesn't
talking about.
matter.
You're just talking
It
about
doesn't
changing
matter.
environment and people. It's
It
not that
doesn't
simple
matter.
when you're
Right.
talking
It
about
is that
people.
simple.
You
It
know,
is that
that's
simple.
why some people can have totally unsuccessful relationships with like most of the people they talk to or deal with,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
they get one person and it just works forever. Like it just happens like that. Sometimes it's just bad chemistry. It's not basic algebra. Sometimes it's chemistry when you're dealing with people.
Right. And so off chemistry make you beat the hell out of people? Again, we're talking about behaviors. We're not talking about feelings or none of that bullshit. I'm talking about his behavior.
Mhm.
Right.
I mean, I think all them people in that industry are a little fucking weird, so I'm not gonna argue with you there. I'm not gonna argue with you there. And most of them are just coddled celebrities, all their lives. So they're used to getting what they want when they get told no, whatever. They throw temper tantrums. Some people throw hands. We've heard about the stories for years. So I'm not gonna argue with you there. It does sound like the dude does likely have some violent tendencies. What I'm talking about is issues with him and his girlfriend and all of that. When you just see the result, you just see the person that retaliates, we don't really know everything that's taken into account. You know what I'm saying? Before that. So does he have an unwarranted reaction to whatever it is that she did? Am I saying that does anything that she could possibly do, could she have possibly done justify him busting her head up against the damn Ferrari windshield? Absolutely not, which is one of the reasons why he came up, apologized for it, had to get anger management and all of that other stuff. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not justifying doing any of that shit. What I'm saying is there's more to the story. You can't make it seem like, oh, this is the only problem. A lot of time, it's two people that are the problem in this shit.
So I think the problem that that Diva is showing is that like it doesn't matter who you put in front of him, that he finds a way to have a problem to where he has to put hands on somebody, and that's the true issue. Not if it's another willing participant to find the F around and find out. And that's what we should really be talking about, is that it doesn't matter. You put Chris Brown, Diddy, in any other new situation, somehow they'll find a way to physically do something to another participant that is unknowing or even do know. It doesn't even matter if they knowing or unknowingly, they would get their ass whipped too. And I think that's what Diva's main point. What do you say to that, Auntie?
You saying to anybody else that he
Slap the
deal with?
taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Damn. It says, drop that predator, Aunt Diddy. Oh shit. That is
I know who did that one.
yeah, that was crazy. She called him Aunt Diddy.
That's hilarious.
Sheesh. That's $20 on your head, Auntie. They call you Aunt Diddy. Shit. That's
It's funny how they always bring up, well, what did they do for him to react like that?
yo,
Won't
Aunt
you
Diddy.
remove yourself from that situation?
Yo, Aunt Diddy is crazy. that is wild. Shit. But man, so damn, she said she got the proof too. So this idea that because other women are willing to be stupid enough to deal with these type of men, and they saying the women are the reason for it. I think that is a interesting conversation that we had to start to dismantle, so it won't be a continuous excuse for the degenerate males that are out there, because that is always the excuse. Now they saying Cassie was, a part of it. She was the real freak.
But that's always the thing. So their first inclination is to look at, well, what was the woman doing? Right? Rather than just focusing in on, okay, we're dealing with a degenerate male. Why is this happening? What can we do to whatever? But they always have to, well, the woman did X, Y, and Z. And so that's exactly what I was talking about. That type of mindset that's so pervasive throughout the community, where the first inclination is to go, well, what this woman was doing, or how did she contribute it, or, try to blame her for, some aspect of it. Right? Because with Cassie, it was, why did she stay? Why she ain't leave? And now, the Hallie girl, she got all her stuff in a row and leaving his ass, and they still got a problem with that. So whether you wait to leave or leave immediately, it's gonna be a problem either way.
Damn. And also,
don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
And it says back.
It's all good, man.
Welcome
I
back,
appreciate the
Misty.
entertainment. Thank you. I appreciate the. It's all good, Diva, man. I don't mind having a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't drop you.
I know you didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know who did.
Yeah, I ain't getting that individual. That person wants some attention real bad. So it's all good. But no, I just wanted to say, before I do actually get up out of here, because I do have things to do today. But look, I'm not condoning any of that behavior, and I'm not even saying what did the woman do wrong. I'm saying when it comes to domestic stuff, if we don't know all of the details, we need to just stay out of it. Let them people handle what they got to handle and all of that other stuff. Now, I get it. All of this other stuff, it hits the news. Chris Brown is in jail, beating up on you. I'm saying, I get it. It's a pattern of some violent tendencies. So if anybody kind of like, just overlooks that, yeah, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? There's a problem, overlooking it. My point was this, and this is why I came up. It seems to be like a woman issue that PH Diva is highlighting. It doesn't seem like a man issue, because she says it's the women that are defending this stuff.
I said it's men too, right? I just had a conversation with you defending the stuff.
I'm not defending it or justifying it. What I'm saying is that we don't know everything. So I'm not, like, I can be indifferent to something. I'm not defending it. Oh, well, he probably did this because of this. I'm saying I don't know. Because when it comes to domestic situations, you can assume one thing, and there's really a lot more shit that leads up to it. These people go to sleep next to each other, wake up next to each other, and there's a bunch of stuff in between, and they've been doing it for days, weeks, months, sometimes even years. It's a lot of stuff that we don't know about. We just see one action and assume a bunch of shit.
And that's the part of it sounds and it is moving in towards a defense of the man. Like, hey, she was a willing participant in it, right? She was the freak too. She was the one that was doing this too. She was the one. And so when we blaming the victim for its participation instead of the person that's actually victimizing everybody, that's when it sounds like it is a excuse for the man. That's the issue.
And also, even if you just say she was along with all the freaking off and stuff, that does not. What about all the abuse though? He still abuses her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still abuses her. So even if she with the freak stuff, she's not with the whoopings or the the abuse. So it's still the same thing.
Yeah. And we got to be able to call it out and stand on it too, and not stand on it and say, hey, she's a part of it as well. It don't have nothing to do with her at this point. When the person is being the victimizer, hey, that's it. That's all of that matters. I don't care what the other person has to do with it at all, because if you take that person up out of it, well, Cassie, for example, or Rihanna, for example, and Rihanna already proved that you take that abuser out the situation, she has not been headbutting nobody since.
Okay, so after knowing all of this stuff, the people like this, their next significant other, girlfriend, red carpet accessory that they come with or whatever, would you consider that person a victim or a volunteer?
Victim. They're not a volunteer. If you are, whatever you're doing to that person, they are the victim.
I mean, at some point, man, you got to hold people accountable for being bad judges of character, if anything. So if I see that this is stuff that you do and I still want to be around you, like this is how you move and I still want to be around you and all of that stuff, I'm a volunteer for the shit.
So no, so the only way you become a volunteer if I remove you from it, after you did all the crying and everything, then you go back to it. Then now you are a willing participant. Now you're a volunteer. But she could not remove herself from it. And that is the issue that we have it with, especially with this Diddy situation, that even people that was lusting over her and trying to make her try to be a new boyfriend, he'll blow up their car. She literally was scared to even leave.
No, I mean, look, we got enough footage of that. That woman's trying to leave. He's not allowing her to leave. He's beating the hell out of her. It really doesn't matter what happened in between or before that. That woman's clearly trying to leave, and he's not allowing her to leave. She's a victim. Right there.
And that's the part that we should be focusing on, not trying to.
That's all I need to see. All of the other stuff is I don't need. That's just.
Yeah. And that's when we got to be careful when we say, oh, she was a volunteer, she was a willing participant, she was just as freaky. Like that's when it gets to sound like we
not and just using your own common sense. Okay, with that Diddy situation, just using your own common sense. It's like this is probably not the first time he didn't allow her to leave. This is probably one of the few times that they actually had it on recording. But he's probably not allowed her to leave before. So yeah, I would say that woman is clearly a victim to a degree in that. Now, as far as the freak offs and all of that other stuff, she can say that she was forced to do a bunch of stuff, but it just based on what I heard over the course of that her witness statements and all of that stuff last week, it sounded like she was pretty willing to do a lot of that stuff. And the freak offs and shit.
Absolutely. And by now we do understand that there's a lot of men that is literally working for Diddy saying and trying to put the focus on Cassie. And that's the issue that we're really having. They are still afraid to even out somebody that physically showed that he won't allow her to leave. And they trying to say she was a willing participant. She was scared because so imagine we just hear the stories. She actually seen these things, blowing up cars, beating up people, and people running away from him. Grown men that is probably look like he's twice his size, scared of Diddy. All of that plays a major part in how she felt about if she could leave or not. She was literally scared for her life.
Well, check this out, right, Sharon? Me and you around the same age bracket, whatever. I ain't gonna tell everybody, but bro, we heard, but before there was a social media, we heard the stories about Diddy.
Right.
Like, come on. This is what, like
grown thugs was afraid of this man. It was only a few.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody around this dude ended up broke, dead, or different.
That's a bar.
Broke, dead, different, locked up, whatever.
And they all saying that like the only people that got away is the Locks.
The Locks didn't get away. They couldn't get away with their name. They couldn't even get away with their name. The Locks is still owned by Bad Boy.
The name stays on.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, come on, man. They couldn't get away. So it was, come on, like this dude is a parasite. He's a monster. Now that was what I tried to say was. Does that mean he's been trafficking and racketeering?
So now when it comes to if he is drugging people up and all that, and then they're going to have proof that he was taking people in and out of the state, they might have a case. Well, we didn't get to that part yet. That's how I come. I really been waiting for more information because I want to get to the actual, because right now they building up the character and showing what Diddy is. Right. So we kind of understand that. So they didn't really deep dive into what is going to be considered racketeering. That. So that's why I was trying to be a little bit more patient with it. But I want to see how they're going to prove that he's a racketeer. I definitely want to see that.
I mean, it's pretty simple. The arson looks like they'll probably and you can check out some legal shows. They'll tell you a little bit more, but the arson looks like they pretty much gonna get him on that, that's gonna be like step one in the racket because it's organized. All you gotta do is prove that the crimes are, or there's an organization behind the crimes. That's really it. Like there's a system, there's an organization, and they only have to prove like two of those like 15 damn allegations they got
And
on
that's
them.
it. He
So
done.
yeah,
And
I
so,
think the
and this is what we're talking about right here, NT, is that somebody in the chat saying, hey, y'all acting like he was forcing pills down people's throat. And people don't understand how dangerous this man was to people. They really don't understand.
Well, so one thing that this is highlighting is, especially in these spaces where we have this constant conversation about Black women's lack of submission and lack of femininity. Black men don't respect submission and femininity, right?
Damn.
And so they're trying to now make this girl Cassie responsible for, you know, what was going on when, you know, as a submissive woman, right? Because she Asian. So as a submissive woman, if he presented her with a freak off, whether she wanted to do it or not, she was going to go along with it. That's what submission is, right? Yielding to the authority of another. And it's especially when you don't want to do some shit, not when you do want to do it. That's what, you know. And so she was submitting to him. What's the problem? That
I
don't
don't
need
know.
to be a
They had messages saying like he's asking her, "Do you want to
right,
do it?" And she's
right,
like, "Of course I do. I always do." So I
right,
don't know about that part. That's what I'm saying.
right.
I saw
That's
the
the
video where
submission.
she's clearly trying to leave and he's not allowing her. Yeah, I'm like, you're clearly a victim there. And that's, so I don't care if you wanted to be there 1,000 times. If 1,001 you don't want to be there, motherfucker's supposed to let you go. I get that.
Yeah,
That make you
right.
a victim. So I'm not gonna argue with that. But as far as them other 1,000 times, I like that don't make you a victim in the other 1,000 times. Now that you say so, it seems like you are a willing participant in a lot of that shit.
No, she was being submissive. If he want to do it as your submissive woman, then I want to do it too, right? So that's just what it is. Whatever you like, right? Whatever food you like. She was hopping on one foot for him, and that's what y'all say y'all want, or how women's supposed to be. That's the natural uh nature of a woman is to hop on one foot and go along with whatever her man say. And so that's what she did. And now y'all trying to make her out to be a perpetrator because she was submissive.
Well, no, I mean, look, if the if the charge is organized crime, racketeering, all of this other stuff, right? And she's doing all of the stuff that she's doing, she is taking part in that stuff, just like the prostitutes were taking part in that, just like the other people that are
Mm-mm,
part of his damn
mm-mm,
organization. So yeah,
mm-mm.
you part of it, and that's how they bust these motherfuckers with these RICO charges. They get a bunch of the people in the organization to roll on them.
So
So
ladies,
we know what's going on. You was
y'all
part of
see
the
what
damn
your submission gonna
organization.
get you. Your submission gonna get you blamed, ladies. And you better always stand on your own 10 toes.
Damn. They say she don't get no blame for it. You can't blame her for nothing. You can
I mean,
blame
Right.
her.
that's the way
No.
you know though, Sharon. That's the way Ricos work. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna get immunity with it. Some people are gonna get lesser sentences and stuff. They trying to, you know what I'm saying, get they trying to get the head of the snake. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree
they
with
trying
that
to get the
part.
target. So
Let me
that
also
happened.
let me also welcome into the show.
I'm gonna get
Beautiful.
up out of here though, bro. Thanks for having me up. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Peace, diva. I hate silent.
All right,
Peace.
see you later.
All right.
welcome to the show, Kim West. Good day.
Hi, Sharon. Hi,
Hey,
Diva.
Kim.
Silent. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we
Hello.
hear
Yes,
you.
very well.
Yes.
Okay, good. Diva just touched on what I wanted to get up here and say. Ca- Isn't Cassie y'all submissive queen? Isn't Cassie exactly what y'all keep preaching that these women should be? Get her young so you can mold her. Get her young so she can be on your program. Get her before she have kids so you could break her. And as soon as she's y'all submissive queen doing everything that y'all said a woman should do to get the high value man, now she's the ringleader of the whole thing. This was her brainchild, and she's just a freak and a hoe and a jump ball.
Hmm.
And this is what y'all said women are supposed to be doing to get the high value man.
Preach, preacher.
I don't understand. Break them. Remember we had the whole conversation for 2 days about how what did they mean by break a woman? That's what they meant. This is the results of your breaking. But now Diddy is Diddy's a sweet baby angel. And this is what do they call them? Succubus or Jezebel spirit has come and ruined this man's life.
Use a spoon.
Yeah.
Hey, it's wild to see it happen in real time, because people would say that he was literally a predator on the contract side of things, and then they was those people signed it. Those people didn't know what they were signing. Clearly, we understand that now. So this whole idea that because you're willing to try to move your career in a certain way means that you can't be a victim is crazy to me. Clearly, he was tricking people into believing that he was an upstanding human being. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month later, however long it took, and then the real him comes out. So in the meantime, when he's trying to get her, hey, look, everything is all good. He's being nice. He's taking her shopping, taking to the parties. You got all these people that you ain't gonna never be a part of. Everything sounds good. And then all of a sudden he takes the flip switch, and now you gotta have goddamn people with IV stations outside the goddamn house to make sure you stay alive.
And if you believe all the testimony that has been put forward so far, that pretty much proved their case. I mean, that's if you believe the testimony. Being that, and who he's accused of trafficking is Cassie. He was manipulating her and forcing her to engage in sex acts, because y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all can't say she was a high-priced hoe doing all this for the lifestyle and the money. That means when he was forcing her to do those freak-offs and taking her across state lines, he's trafficking her. Because her incentive to do this is her money, her career. He's threatening to show these videos to people. Cassie was the one who he was trafficking. Well, not the only one, but her testimony is of the trafficking and forced work. He's being charged with trafficking, forcing people to work. So they already proved their case, if you believe their testimony.
Yeah, and I think also people are failing to realize, thank you, Big Bad Bull. I think people have failed to realize that Diddy is the one on trial, not her. Like, we keep forgetting that part. Like, why we keep trying to act like she has a part of it when he is on trial for the things that he has done. So regardless of nobody's saying that she wasn't nasty too. All right, so that's what you want us to say? Yep, she was free. She let a man pee in her mouth. So now that we got that out there clear, what criminal offense do you want to say that she has? Are you saying that because she is not on trial that Diddy is innocent? Like, I don't understand. What is they arguing when they say she is not innocent in it? What are they trying to say? Are you trying to say Cassie should be on trial as well because she's the one that is a billionaire? She's the one that was sex trafficking people? Or wasn't him sex trafficking? What is it that you want her to be held accountable for on a criminal racketeering case? I want to understand that. So somebody, please, that feels as if Cassie should be held accountable for something within this case, please hit the link and explain to me what is Cassie part in this criminal enterprise. That's the only part I don't understand. Can somebody make it make sense to me?
I don't know either, because many a time she was, of course, begging him to stop even dealing with other women. Because apparently she wasn't the only one. Like he like a little, he has little different cells. Like he was doing this with Cassie and supposedly Kim Porter and Young Miami, but they're all doing this like separately. Each one are conducting their own little freak off sessions and whatever they got going on. So she's steady begging him to stop dealing with these other women. She just wanted a normal relationship and a normal life with Diddy, in my opinion. And that's what she got was what she
Okay,
got.
so we got people. All right, so let me shout out to the Cash App. It says support, like button, share button, subscribe button. Send 99 cents. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You always holding me down. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate that. So I'm not. So people are saying what they saying? I'm seeing she is an accomplice for setting up the freak offs. That's crazy to me. Somebody else says, I mean, if having a high freak level is a crime, let me know. So, like, yeah, so I don't know where Cassie is supposed to be held accountable for, where clearly she was afraid to leave. She afraid that if she didn't follow what the diddler is trying to get done, that she was going to be in danger of her life, you know, for the fact that new boyfriends that try to even show interest in her, just showing interest in her will get your car blown up. Literally, we see what happened to Kim Porter. That's probably going to come out soon. We see that who is responsible for Biggie, Tupac, and Suge Knight being in jail. So she see and heard things, what this man has physically done to people. And we know for a fact that he threatened her because he physically put hands on her. So we know him threatening her is not like far-fetched at all. And if you tell somebody I'm going to, whoever he felt like he need to threaten, whether threaten the mama, daddy, cousins, whoever, we cannot put it past any of those things. So blaming her for anything is insane, where she literally shows that she was scared for her life. It's crazy.
And not just scared for her life, he was threatening to put these tapes out. And obviously we see by the content of her testimony what anybody would be afraid of that type of information getting out. So he was threatening to put those tapes out to keep her in line, threatening her family. You know, her parents did call the police on Diddy, but like you said, she was too afraid and too in love to be honest with the police, which we know that's common.
Mm-hmm. So, and I think also what we got to understand, if we are saying that Cassidy to be held accountable, that means that she was like some kind of madam, and she was running the organization with him. And that's what you're saying. Then you're going to have some proof that Cassie was a madam, and she was running the situation too, by also being a part of it by getting peed on and diddled with a little Tootsie Roll, Diva.
What?
Oh, you didn't hear about it, Diva?
No, what?
You didn't hear about the Tootsie Roll, Diva?
No, what happened with the Tootsie Roll?
What? Diva, nah, you lied. Diva, you heard about the Tootsie Roll.
I did. I haven't been keeping up with this.
So what happened with the Tootsie Roll? So another lady came on and said, yes, Diddy was doing it to me before I ran away. The lady Jane, she's keeping her name private. Her name is Jane. And she said, yeah. And the reason why he's such a cuckold is because he have a little pinky Tootsie Roll. So the only way he can get his girlfriends pleasured is by hiring these escorts.
Wow.
Yeah, by hiring these escorts, and because he got such a little Tootsie Roll of a penis is the reason why he acts the way how he acts.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's what she said. I don't know if it's true. This is the first, I don't know. Also, Diddy also taught Cassie how to suck a peen.
Now, I did hear something about that. I think I heard you say it earlier today. Yeah, that's crazy.
He said he mushed her. He said, move out the way. You ain't sucking it right.
What?
God.
Wow. I didn't
Let me see
hear
how you put two hands on that thing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I put two hands on the steering wheel, girl.
And so I do wonder, okay, how do you even want the nigga after something like that? But,
That man Diddy is a damn menace. And it's a lot of men out there that's twerking for Diddy right now, Diva. And now we understand why they twerking for Diddy. A lot of them, they feel sympathetic to his Tootsie Roll situation. You know what I'm saying, Diva? They feel a little, they understand his Tootsie Roll situation. And also, we understand that when we was calling them Rembros, Diva, and they was so upset, now we understand that when we was just using it as an acronym, saying the red pill is a manosphere, the reason why they kept thinking about what the sexual version of it means, now we understand why. Because also, what's this new rapper name of D-Lo or something like that, Diva? You heard of him?
Boss Man D-Lo.
Boss Man D-Lo. Now we know what he's on the D-Lo about.
Oh.
They say it in their own names, Diva. He was known.
These are the same people that defended R. Kelly, but way back when they knew about the first sex tape. But that was before my time, but I heard about it, and they knew he was peeing on little kids back then.
There you go. So that's a great point, Kim. Like this whole peeing sensation thing is like it's one thing if you just in the shower with somebody and you just like, hey, let me pee on your leg. It's a whole nother thing.
What?
I'm just saying, if you ever in the shower at the same time with a man, most likely he gonna pee on you. That's all I'm saying. So ladies, hey, just know that's when you doing the stanky leg after that. That's all I'm saying.
Is that when you know it's love?
You better not get hey, listen, you better not get in the shower with them. That's all I'm saying. And if you do, you might as well take a shower on cold. So if you feel something warm, you know what it really is. You call them nasty. all of a sudden, you got some warm water. Hey, you little nasty ass.
The beach shower.
Anyway.
No, but they was defending R. Kelly because they was saying the same thing about the 14-year-old girl. You know what's going on at 14? Come on, y'all. When you was 14, you gonna let somebody pee on you? Come on, y'all. Like, bro, this is your argument?
Yeah, they was definitely giving excuses, saying that she understood, she knew what was going on, and anybody that's going with these famous people at certain times of the day, at certain times of night, they know what it is. And this is why I think also the Terrence Howard situation that come out about Diddy is also important too. Right? Because Terrence Howard was like, hey, he talking about he want me to teach him some acting. I'm like, so when you want to act? He's like, oh, just give me a minute. Let's go shopping. And Terrence Howard was like, what the fuck you talking about? He was
same thing with 50 Cent.
Right, 50 as well. Those are the only two men that we know that's like, hey, listen, you told me to come here for this. I ain't here for you to take me shopping, bro.
I think he tried to take Fabulous shopping too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. But what we do know is what? We do know this. The Game, LA Confidential, what? He had a tongue ring before. He used to be a male stripper, and he was hanging out with Party for 3 months, flying all across America on Diddy's private plane. They ain't make that one song.
And people don't recognize these patterns, though. We can't see patterns, though. We could hire a AI. We could ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT will tell us that it's a pattern, recognition of patterns. But when we recognize these patterns, we're supposed to ignore our human common sense and say, but I see this pattern, but I don't know what was going on behind closed doors. What if really they're Layla Ali back there? Everybody is a champion boxer behind closed doors, and we just don't know.
Right. So like we understand, people was having jokes about Meek Mills. He might be a little, whatever. And so now we understand that after we find out that he over there bunny hopping at this another white billionaire's house. What you bunny hopping for? So if you bunny hopping on camera, we know what you're doing behind scenes. He literally bunny hopping,
and he didn't have much of a defense for himself. These people are falling off hard, and apparently it's an attack on masculinity, and then this attack on black men. It is just not the bad behavior of these guys. It's not their bad behavior. It is a conspiracy to just take all the our shining stars out of the community. Yeah, okay.
What you mean?
Because apparently these are our brightest and best and our richest and our most awesome and amazing people, and they're just trying to take them down. They're trying to take our heroes. That's what they're saying. They took their hero R. Kelly. R. Kelly made them believe they could fly. Shit. You know, they took him. Who else they took from them? You know, they just taking all their heroes, and they're upset. They are
Bill
fighting
Cosby.
back.
He was about to buy NBC.
Ooh, Bill Cosby. That's another one. Yeah. They almost got Jay-Z ass up out of here too. Jay-Z was smart enough to have enough money to get himself up out of there. You know, now we can all say that he innocent for, you know, for argument's sake.
I really think Jay-Z set that up. Like, since people want to give their conspiracy theories, I think Jay-Z hired that Down syndrome white lady and told Tony Buzzy, hey, look, Tom, you and this lady, y'all bring something against me. No one will believe it. No, she got Down syndrome. No one will believe this. But y'all go ahead. Y'all make these allegations against me, please. So that way, when the real people come out, he gonna be like, remember that first one, y'all? Don't come for me. I already told y'all about this. I'm not like that.
And look, they try to bring R. Kelly back when he did that remix with who else? Chris Brown. Chris Brown and R. Kelly just did a goddamn remix from jail. Nonetheless. Oh, you didn't know about it, Diva?
No.
Yeah, they got a whole new R. Kelly verse. He in that jail phone singing his heart away. I was like, what? I was like, what is this? I sounded like Shiesty, but I was like, what's this? It's crazy to me. I don't understand it. Like, hey, I can't even listen to music the same no more. To be honest, like, it's very difficult. Now I thought the dude D-Lo made a good song, and now he on the D-Lo. I don't know what to think about this now.
Yeah, I had those same.
I used to enjoy that goddamn Dirty Money album. I thought it was a good album. I can't listen to it no more.
I can't listen to that R. Kelly music either. I wasn't a big fan to begin with, but now when he's singing, I'm like, he's singing this about like a 12-year-old. I can't listen to this. I know he's not talking about a grown woman. He's talking about.
I absolutely can't listen to R. Kelly at all, and he made some great records. A lot of the records I grew up on too, so that makes it even more difficult to break that melodic sound. He's the reason why he called himself the Pied Piper for a reason. Like, he know how to make some goddamn good ass rhythms. That is, you know, it is what it is. But I can't listen to that shit no more.
And I think that's a bad name for what he.
No, it was the perfect name. He knew it, like he was trying to play.
Oh yeah, the perfect name for what he do. Yeah. But when he said the Pied Piper, I was like, oh, so you blow your fuse and get little girls to come to you, follow you around? That's what you do.
Absolutely. So like he was just playing in our faces, and we just seen it in real time, and I just hopefully moving forward, men would stop pushing up and propping up all these degenerate men and just call them out for what they are, and hopefully that's going to be the new trend.
They don't understand that that's propagating it. When they say I'm not defending it, that always gets on my nerves, because when you're deflecting from what they're doing, it's like a magician with a magic trick, and you're saying, but look over here. We're supposed to be looking at Cassie that's going to deflect away from what Diddy's doing and people like Diddy, and then they will continue to do it because they know when they do it, it's going to be people like you that are going to jump up and blow a smoke screen up and say, but look over here. So of course they don't really see it as a problem. If people are going to steady defend it and deflect and say and throw up all these whataboutisms, if you took Diddy out, like we said about Chris Brown, if you take the bad actor out, the rest of the minions are not going to continue on this behavior. This is the one directing, and they're the main person. Like, people always be like, well, what about the kids' parents and they selling their kids? Well, if there's no man to sell them to, you in a moot point. Nobody's doing nothing. I mean,
right. And so this is what NT was trying to talk and bring up earlier. And this is another issue as well, right? Is that she don't even care if he walking down the street busting 70 people in the head with a goddamn bottle. She's like, I'm still gonna listen to his music. That's an issue. Like, degeneracy is not just strictly with men, right? It is some women that will uphold degeneracy. Besides every degenerate male, it has to have a degenerate woman next to him. That's how he gets other people to fall in line into his degeneracy. That's exactly how. Majority of men that are abductors of children, guess who they use? They use a woman. They ain't just walking up and grabbing young kids. They use a woman so they could go grab up that little kid. So it's an issue. I don't know how we're going to solve for it. Is there a way we can solve for it? I don't know.
I don't know where to, because when I was in the comments, I was saying, well, women or a lot of women are conditioned to have these ideologies. Like, people say things like, well, red pill isn't real life, and it is, because that's what they're I just seen people keep reviewing this podcast of this man and this woman in the green. Did y'all see the man and the woman in the green? And they were talking about how their whole relationship, he was cheating, no good. Even they've been together since high school. They've been married like 30 years. And all the way from high school till they got married to within the marriage, he's cheating the whole time openly. She know about it, but she's like, well, my mom broke up with my dad because he cheated, and if only she would have accepted it, we could have kept our family together. So this is her ideology as a teenager. So he was like, and really, I would tell her she my main one, but I got people up on the bench, and you not even my type. I like a buck 20, light skin, you dark and you big. Saying this to her face, to the audience on the podcast, saying how basically he just took her on once all of the fine women, I guess, or something, didn't want to know. Like, well, she cooked good, and she didn't leave. So it's just like, oh, bro.
And we just gonna have to break that idea that because you seen your daddy be a womanizer, that you supposed to just be a womanizer. That is something else that gotta stop. So for far too long, we've been protecting our daddies and our uncles. The degenerates that is in our families. So a lot of the men in the families, when they talking to the little ones and the young ones, they have this impressionable mind. They are following what dad and uncle and the big cousin is saying. And when they are degenerates, they go ahead and pass the degeneracy down by forcing them to act and think like them. And so therefore now he married this beautiful woman that is submissive, that allowed him to go outside and cheat and all the things. And what did he do? He ran over that woman. And this is when the men don't understand why are women thinking that it is slavery to be married to a man. It's because of men like this get propped up as an upstanding citizen. That's why.
Yeah, they're on a
children, and then he got sons, and he's gonna push out the same thing because kids do as you do, not as you say. So if they find out all this, you was a degenerate, and you consider this great old powerful man in the community, guess what they're gonna be? They're gonna be degenerates just like you. Because nobody's breaking it, not even mama is breaking the goddamn mold. And these are fucking, and this is why the whole idea of a red flag of a man being putting God first is happening now. You heard about that one, Diva? Like, that's the new red flag. If you say you are a man of God, that's a red flag. That's what they saying now, Diva. Yo, Solomon shit is crazy.
Well, I mean,
if you're a preacher,
experience
A deacon, yeah.
being in church, it is a red flag a lot of times. Like if a man tell me like he in church, or I wouldn't deal with him. Or if he even like lie and claim to be a Christian, I wouldn't deal with him. Because 9 times out of 10, they lying to begin with. And, being a Christian or Jesus or God ain't never kept none of these niggas from engaging in none of the degenerate shit they want to engage in. So,
Matter of fact, they will find a verse in the Bible saying that, oh, this is why I can do this because it says it in this right here.
right.
So
That's crazy. So everybody on the panel believe that a man that is in the church is a red flag.
Yeah, I say even especially if
Yes.
it's preaching.
It doesn't matter. So what about a Muslim man? Is a Muslim man a red flag as well?
it depends. It depends.
Okay, so it depends
If
with that. But
the ones that got
definitely
you with the head covering up your head.
Okay,
Yes.
so we saying the Muslim situation, like it depends. You have to find out the character a little bit more. But a Christian man that says like, hey, that is a red flag if you're dating.
I think if you're a Christian, like if you want to, especially if you're one of the leaders, if you just say you go to church and all this stuff, you may be all right. But the ones that's in leadership positions, I don't know about them.
I would think anybody of any Abrahamic faith, any man, would lean into the woman is supposed to submit to the man. Whatever way they try to weave that into their religion is in there. And they're going to go by that justification to be like, you need to be trying to submit to me. And
so Diva, is that going to be on your list soon?
What?
That's number 11.
If he in the church or if he a follower of an Abrahamic religion, that need to be on the second list.
Damn. So what is safe? So what is safe for a man if you was to talk to your niece, nephew, whatever, and you're trying to what is not considered a red flag? This is scary. Like it's a little scary when you really break it down. It's like, God damn.
Well, so the issue with the religion thing is if you make something external to you like the standard, then that doesn't really impact your behavior, right? And so like you should have your own moral compass and moral standards and things that you don't need a religion to be a decent person. And a lot of times those people are so pushing that religion, but they're not really decent people. Because again, it's external to them. So you have to like internalize a lot of those beliefs for it to do you any good.
I like that. That's actually a very insightful. Now, how would you engage in that insightfulness? Like, hey, this is not something that is really a part of him. This is something that he is faking it till he make it for as long as he possibly can. This whole internal versus external. How would we be able to, or in general, it's going to be people that's going to be better, of course, right? That would be able to hide that external situation. But what are some ideas that we can have to make it seem like, hey, you don't really believe the shit that you are saying?
So people will tell you, again, it was just the conversation we were having with Aunt T, when everything is external to the person, right? So when people talk, listen to them. And if it's always somebody else, they always talking about what other folks did rather than how what they did contributed to whatever outcome they got, then that's an indication.
Okay. I like that.
It's that external locus of control.
I can roll that up.
Yeah, that's a good one. That goes for both genders. That's a good one. Go ahead, Kim.
Well, when people don't think they're wrong either, they're not necessarily trying to hide it. They'll just say their little crazy thoughts and not think that it sounds crazy at all. So it don't take too much probing to get people to reveal, what they really think about things.
I think also I really do like that external versus internal part. And I think a lot of men, especially the men, they don't even realize what they be projecting when they be saying certain things.
Right.
I don't think they really understand what they be saying. They think they actually talking about somebody else, but you're really talking about yourself. Because you want to be able to get away with it on some kind of level that you have. I think this is why when we started having the conversations about alcohol and women and how it really bothered. So you saying that any man that ever brought a bottle of liquor? Yes, that's what we're saying. Yes. Because you couldn't do it on your own. You couldn't do it while you were sober. Yes, that's what we are saying. And any man that couldn't just concede, so like, damn, I was living foul. I need to do better. We kind of know you want to be a part of degenerate behavior, because whether you did it willingly or unwillingly, it doesn't take the fact that you was taught a certain way how to deal with women. And one of the Spanish fly, alcohol, weed, and and you did all those things, whether you was taught wrong or not. But now that you understand that all those things are wrong and you are defending those things, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when we know maybe this thing is not, you didn't learn this externally. You might have learned this internally. It's a problem. And for some reason, a lot of people are just afraid to just have the conversation about the truth, Diva. I don't know what it is about the truth that makes it so difficult. Well, Diva, is it difficult for you to speak the truth? While Diva get a microphone, what about you, Kim West? Is it difficult for you to speak the truth?
Not in general if I'm gonna say something, but I feel like a lot of people don't want to hear the truth, so I don't say nothing. I don't lie, but I just keep my mouth shut mostly.
And you talking about on panels, or are you talking about in real life?
In real life.
So you rather keep closed, you rather keep your mouth shut because you don't want to deal with the confrontation?
I just think people don't want to. It like remind me of the Trump voters. They seem like they just didn't never want to hear the truth about Trump. They act like they don't know what's going on, or like the Latinos for Trump. The Latinos for Trump, they really gonna sit up there and be like, "Oh my God, we didn't know he was gonna be doing all this."
I will vote for Donald Trump. Think, 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 think.
Yo, them Cubans down in Miami is wild.
How y'all know? You didn't know. Y'all did know. If we do, you do. We told y'all. We told you. So how you didn't know when we told you?
Right. And we laid it out for you, right? So you understood. And it's just as degenerates protected degenerates. So I'm assuming that there's more degenerate human beings out there in the world than it's crazy.
People don't want to hear it. Look, I just found out about the white refugees. I just heard about that, y'all. Apparently that happened like a few days ago, and I just found out. So I was looking into that, and they was talking about the people they being persecuted down there in South Africa.
Yeah, that is crazy. How he is now all of a sudden he accepting refugees. Like the whole campaign was like, hey, we ain't accepting no refugees, we ain't accepting no this and now all of a sudden, because we got some white refugees, we gonna open up our border. And this is what they keep trying to say, that we trying to make it about race, but no, this whole immigration thing was about race, because white people numbers are getting smaller and smaller in America. And so now they doing what they did back in the past. They trying to turn Latino people white. This is what they did with the Irish, and you know, this is what they did back then, Diva. Right? This ain't a new play.
No.
This is exactly what they did. So now they try to say, "Hey, your skin color is close enough. You could come over and be white too."
But you know, the thing is, how many did they bring over here? I'm sorry.
I believe it was 49 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, America is very different than South Africa, and I think they'll find that out very quickly. Because in spite of the fact that there's only a handful of white people, you know, relative to the total population over there, you know, they still ran everything. And the blacks over there are very docile. And so, you know, people are way more outspoken here. So I just wonder how the transition will be for them. Yeah.
And I wonder, are they going to be white or are they going to be African Americans?
Yeah, they gonna be white. They coming over here to take full advantage of being white.
they gonna be the new African American. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole new political party, the new African American
party. Yeah. So crazy.
Hey, Diva, speaking of all the back in the days and how they turned Irish people to white and how they tried to do it with the Latino community, right? They attempting to slowly do it. What is your thoughts on the Nottoway plantation burning down and a bunch of black women was out there celebrating?
Good that it burned down, and you know, good that they was out there celebrating.
Did you see the people celebrate? Like people literally drove over there. They was pouring out their bottle of liquor, like pouring out for my homies. I was like, yeah, petty as hell. A black firefighter, he came over there and then he started playing Usher.
Let it burn.
Let it burn.
He started playing Let It Burn by Usher. I was dying.
Wait, and then they put those South African people in Louisiana?
Ooh.
They did settle them in Louisiana, right?
Oh, I don't know. That's a great. I don't know.
I think they did. And recently there was a kerfuffle online between the blacks in New Orleans and the blacks in South Africa over there, the New Orleans Zulu parade.
Interesting.
So, yeah, they were upset about them doing the blackface in the Zulu parade because they used the name Zulu or whatever. So it was a big thing.
That's wild too. I did not hear about the escape thing. I see people was doing shows about it, but I really don't know what was that. Do anybody on the panel know about the escape from jail?
Yeah,
well, like 11 people escaped.
Yeah, but apparently behind the toilet, you know, they have the toilet in the jail cell. Apparently behind the toilet there was a hole where you could exit to the outside, and so they left a note over the hole saying "too easy."
Wow.
Yeah.
that's pretty bold. That's pretty bold right there. Like, damn, too easy. Yeah. Y'all trying to get caught for real now.
All right, I'm not.
How many did they catch so far?
They caught some of them?
I think so. I think. Hold on. I thought I heard
I think they caught like 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
How you get caught? Oh God. You gonna get more time.
That's crazy. That's the leave a note is diabolical though.
Okay, yeah, they done caught 3 of them.
Oh damn.
Out of how many? 11?
11.
Okay, so now they're saying 7 are still at large. Okay, so it was only 10. So they got 3 of them, and then 7 of them still running around.
That's wild. And who house you think they saying that? Their homeboy house or some lady house?
Probably some woman.
Dang.
Some big old fat white girl.
Oh, shit. Where did they escape from? Well,
you know, probably one of the white women guards. Probably one of their cribs.
They was in the Orleans Parish jail.
That's wild. That's wild. I guess they always say freedom, right? Free Tory. I guess they really have some people free. They freed their
Not
ass
went
for sure.
live. They went
Do y'all
live.
That's crazy if they went live. I don't mean to laugh at it, but damn, that's crazy as hell. Sheesh. Damn, we didn't even get to 100 likes. Y'all be so disrespectful. It ain't even funny. You know what? F that. See y'all later.
Damn.
Cold as ice.
Yeah.